Is the watchOS 26 compatible with your Apple Watch? The whole list of Apple Watches that are compatible, as well as the ones that won't be, is available here. We got our first glimpse at watchOS 26 at Worldwide Developers Conference 2025, which includes a long-awaited UI update, Workout Buddy, and playlists connected to your workout regimen. Although watchOS 26 isn't expected to be available until September, we can't wait to learn about it. It won't be for everyone though, and we're not referring to users who decide not to upgrade because they can't. Apple Watch Series 6 and later models, as well as the second generation SE and both Ultra versions, are supported by watchOS 11. As long as the devices are connected to an iPhone 11 or later running iOS 26, we are pleased to confirm that watchOS 26 will work with the same models. The complete list of models that will be eligible for watchOS 26 and receive continuous support is provided as follows. 1. Apple Watch SE 2nd generation. 2. Apple Watch Series 6. 3. Apple Watch Series 7. 4. Apple Watch Series 8. 5. Apple Watch Series 9. 6. Apple Watch Series 10. 7. Apple Watch Ultra 8. Apple Watch Ultra 2. Naturally, the watchOS version you now have installed will be the only one you can use if you have the original Apple Watch SE or an Apple Watch Series 5 or earlier. Fortunately, all Apple Watch Ultra variants are still compatible, which is fortunate considering the high cost. Every OS is affected by Apple's latest UI improvements, but watchOS 26 will see adjustments to Control Center, Smart Stack widgets, suggestions, and notifications, among other things. By improving its prediction algorithms by incorporating more contextual data, sensor data, and date from a user's routine, the Smart Stack continues to advance in intelligence. Additionally, Workout Buddy, a function Apple claims is driven by Apple Intelligence, will be available on Apple Watches. According to Apple, this will use sensor data and information from the fitness app to provide insights while working out. In addition to keeping you on track with comments regarding your training, it will even provide you a motivational boost. To assist users better understand how the intensity of their workouts affects their overall training progress, watchOS 11 included a new training load measure to the fitness app. In addition to being easy to use, it is surprisingly enlightening, especially for the typical user. There may be more training and slash or recovery metrics to come with watchOS 26. One of the few well-known manufacturers of smartwatches, Apple for instance, does not give consumers a daily energy score. Google, Garmin, and Samsung all do. This number, which is typically on a scale of 1 to 100, is frequently based on a combination of data on sleep quality, general holistic trends, and recent workouts. It can be quite helpful when making plans for the day. Additionally, the Apple Watch Fitness app is woefully deficient in integrated stress tracking features and insights into workout recovery. It's unclear if watchOS 26 will bring either, but let's hope. The Apple Watch does not currently support many Apple Intelligence capabilities. One of these, age-generated message summaries, requires users to have one of the newest iPhone models running iOS 18.1 or later, but it performs fairly well in our testing. A new Photos Watch Face experience was added to watchOS 11. It used machine learning to recommend the ideal backdrop images and even automatically positions the watch face to go well with the chosen image. More AI-assisted capabilities, like this one, will likely be included in native apps with watchOS 26. The Apple Watch may get some larger Apple Intelligence features with watchOS 26. Due to a lack of processing power, older models, even those that support watchOS 26, may not be able to take use of certain AI perks. Nevertheless, I'm expecting that at least one noteworthy AI improvement was added in watchOS 26. That might take the shape of a redesigned Siri experience, which is something that Apple users, including myself, have undoubtedly been demanding. Actually, it has been postponed since last year, when it was expected to be a cornerstone of Apple's inaugural AI rollout. You don't need me to tell you this, but Siri's accuracy record in its current version isn't great. Sadly, it appears that Siri 2.0 still requires a lot of work. However, if Apple Intelligence features do appear in an Apple Watch this year, it might only be the Ultra series that supports them, and perhaps just the next generation Ultra 3, according to a new report from the Israeli company The Verifer. A visual revamp of watchOS with a focus on floating features and bold typefaces akin to visionOS is also hinted at in that same source. When it comes to keeping older Apple Watch models software supported, Apple does a pretty decent job. For instance, the most recent watchOS 11 release is compatible with the 2020 Apple Watch 6. It appears that all Apple Watch Series 7 units and later will be able to receive the upgrade with the release of watchOS 26. The current Apple Watch SE and both Apple Watch Ultra versions are probably also on this list. According to a Bloomberg story by Mark Gurman, the design, which was influenced by visionOS, will make all of Apple's platforms appear and feel the same. The phone app on your iPhone, for example, ought to feel and look the same on your Apple Watch. The most dramatic overhaul in Apple's history is how some have described the revisions. In addition to the modification, watchOS 26 would join iOS 26 and iPadOS 26 in adopting a year-based naming scheme. At the moment, the different operating systems have distinct version numbers, such as iOS 18, macOS 15, and watchOS 12. The new method would just require you to use the year instead of remembering what version number an OS was running. The next generation of Apple Watches is expected to have a blood pressure monitoring feature with potential hypertension detection alerts, according to solid rumors. Software-wise, it might be possible to include support for these functionalities into a new standalone app or into the current Vitals app. Nevertheless, it appears doubtful that either of these new medical monitoring features would be added to existing Apple Watch models through a watchOS 26 update due to hardware requirements. However, when sleep apnea detection was introduced for the Apple Watch Series 10, Apple retrospectively added it to the Ultra 2 and Series 9. Thus, never say never. Given that Worldwide Developers Conference is scheduled for June 9th, it is expected that Apple will make the operating system's developer beta available on the same day. A public beta is anticipated to follow sometime in July. Finally, it is anticipated that the stage-ready version of watchOS 26 will be released in September, maybe along with the company's new smartwatch lineup, which may comprise the Apple Watch SE 3, Apple Watch Ultra 3, and Apple Watch Series 11. How often do you see the term budget used in conjunction with the name of the newest, toughest Apple smartwatch? Not many, I'm sure, and even though Woot still doesn't offer the Apple Watch Ultra 2 at a price that's on par with the mainstream Apple Watch Series 10, not to mention the incredibly low-cost Apple Watch SE 2, it's nearly impossible to resist this incredible smartwatch with cellular capabilities at the moment. This is because, if you act quickly, you can purchase a Grade A refurbished device for just $529.99, which includes a matching Black Ocean band, a very stylish black titanium case, and most importantly, a 1-year seller guarantee. Although the previously mentioned Amazon-owned online retailer intends to extend this incredible new offer until Saturday, June 14, the undeniably small inventory could be totally depleted in a few short hours. That's essentially what happened a few weeks ago when the identical product, albeit in a different color, was offered by the same shop for even less money with an even longer warranty. Technically speaking, this is a bad value, but not by much, and it still outperforms all other comparable deals for both new and renewed Apple Watch Ultra 2 units that are now on Amazon. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 is still the greatest smartwatch an iPhone owner can get for both indoor and outdoor use, even though the apparently even better Apple Watch Ultra 3 is probably on the horizon. Before it's too late, make sure to place your Woot order quickly. So, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.